BJP stalwart B.S. Yediyurappa cast his vote a short while back. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman was also spotted a short while back casting her vote. All eyes, of course, on this single-phase election for 224 seats. What are the poll issues? Will people vote over unemployment, inflation, infrastructure, development? What are the main influencing factors for voters? Well, my colleagues are on the ground. They bring us the voters' pulse. Let's go straight across to my colleague Vrushali Kadam. She has a special guest with her, a union minister. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Vrushali, over to you.
Whatever the Honorable Prime Minister had given the call, participate in Festival of Democracy, that people are literally following. I am so happy about it. And I am also equally confident after collecting information from our workers that this time people have decided for the double engine Sarkar again. And looking at the situation, looking at the scenes, what we are seeing here, I am quite confident about that. We will form the government on our own.
We can see that, there is a huge footfall, particularly women have come up to hit the booth early in the morning, and senior citizens are also, they are coming on the wheelchair. How you look at this?
No, senior citizens are coming, women are coming, and not only senior citizens, youths are coming, you can see here.
Sir, how confident you are that, we spoke to many voters today, and they said that they are happy that, they have got something, but they also want some more developments to be done by the government. So, do you think how you can fulfill their wish?
See, expecting more means we have done something. If previously Congress never used to do anything, so people used to say, "Kam se kam ye gutter bana do." Abhi to aisa nahi hai. Abhi people expectation is quite better. I am happy about that. And also, we will come up to their expectation level.
How much you are confident that you will this?
We will form the government 113 plus 15.
Thank you so much, sir. So, we had...
सर आपकी पहली प्रतिक्रिया दे दीजिए सर आपके आप कानून है वो लाइन के बाहर बात करना आप कानून का पालन करो
Right, so my colleague, of course, there was speaking a short while back to Prahlad Joshi, Union Minister. Now we will be hearing from Basavaraj Bommai a short while from now. He has arrived there to cast his vote in that particular polling booth there in his home constituency. Basavaraj Bommai, the Chief Minister of the state, will now be speaking with the media. As he was saying, there's obviously a certain limit outside which we are meant to speak. So he said, I will follow that and let's move a bit outside and then I will speak to the media. So Basavaraj Bommai, Chief Minister of Karnataka, also arriving to cast his vote this morning. Remember, of course, it is polling day in Karnataka. We've seen a healthy trickle of voters since the morning itself. Okay, let's go across. I think Mr. Bommai is going to speak there.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವದ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಮೊದಲನೆಯ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮತದಾನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆ ಮತದಾನವನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಿಧಾನಸಭೆಗೆ ನಡೆಯುವಂಥ ಈ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ನಾನು ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ತಾವು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬನ್ನಿ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಕ್ಕನ್ನು ಚಲಾಯಿಸಿ ಮತದಾನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವವನ್ನು ಎಸೆಗೊಳಿಸಿ ಮತ್ತು ಇದರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಭವ್ಯ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ, ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಬರೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಮತ ಬಹಳ ಮಹತ್ವದ್ದು. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಚಲಾಯಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಎಸ್, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಈ ಬಾರಿ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಪಳ್ಳು ವ್ಯರ್ಥ ಆರೋಪಗಳ ಒಂದು ಚುನಾವಣೆ. ಜನ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿದೆ, ಕಳೆದ ಬಾರಿ ಅವರು ಏನು ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಂಡೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದರು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸ್ಥಾನ ನಮಗೆ ಬಂದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಪವಿತ್ರವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಮೈತ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ನಡೆಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗದಿದ್ದಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ ಬಿ ಜೆ ಪಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂತು. ಕೋವಿಡನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದಕ್ಷತೆ ನಿವಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನೇಷನ್ 100% ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದರಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ಆರೋಗ್ಯದ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆ ಇದೆ. ಫ್ಲಡ್ಡಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದಕ್ಷತೆ ನಿಭಾಯಿಸಿ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಪರಿಹಾರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ರಾಜ್ಯ. ಅದು ಮನೆಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬೆಳೆ ಪರಿಹಾರ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಅತಿ ಶೀಘ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ. ನಂತರ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಸುಧಾರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಹಲವಾರು ಜನಪರವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಕೃಷಿಗೆ, ರೈತರಿಗೆ, ದುಡಿಯುವಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರಿಗೆ, ದೀನ ದಲಿತರಿಗೆ, ಹಿಂದುಳಿದ ವರ್ಗದವರಿಗೆ, ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ, ಯುವಕರಿಗೆ ಹೊಸ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಸೌಕರ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಒತ್ತನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಭವ್ಯ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬರಿಬೋದು. ನಾವು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಭದ್ರ ಬುನಾದಿಯನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನನಗೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇದೆ. ಇದರ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯರ್ಥ ಆರೋಪಗಳ, ಸುಳ್ಳು ಆರೋಪಗಳ ಮತ್ತು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಗೆ ಜನ ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ನಾಗರಿಕನ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷೇಮಾಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಅವರ ಮತ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾದಂಥ ಬಹುಮತ ಈ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಆತ್ಮವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ನನಗೆ. यस
सर, आपसे हिंदी में बता दीजिए क्योंकि नेशनल दर्शक जो देख रहा है तो क्या अपील करना चाहेंगे और आपके 3 बार
And sir, how confident are you? And today is an important
चेहरे
day.
पर भी जीत के एक बार वापस ये दिख रही है.
ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವೇನ ಕೇಳೋದಿದ್ದೇನಪ್ಪ?
Please, first in Hindi. we are doing that.
ಹಿಂದೆ ಶಾಸಕರಾಗಿ ಸಚಿವರಾಗಿ ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ, ಇವಾಗ ಸಿಎಂ ಆಗಿ ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ಯಾವ ತರ ಫೀಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್
ಏನು ಭಾಳ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಶಾಸಕರಾಗಲಿ ಇದು ಆಗಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ನಾಗರಿಕನಾಗಿ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಒಬ್ಬ ನಾಗರಿಕನಾಗಿ ನಾನು ವೋಟನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಪ್ರಚಾರ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಆದ ನಂತರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ವೆ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೀಟದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೆಲಸ?
ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾದಂಥ ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
ಈಗ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಕೆಂಪ ಹನುಮಾನ ಚಾಲಿಸ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಂತೆ ಸರ್? ಯಾವುದು
ನಾವು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ಮತಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ನಂಬಿಕೆಗಳು, ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸಗಳಿಗೆ ತಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಕೆಲವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ಆ ದೈವನಿರುವಂಥ ಸಂಬಂಧ.
ಈಗ ಅವ್ರು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ದವರು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಬಜರಂಗ ದಳ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಬಜರಂಗ ಹನುಮಾನ್ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆಯಿಂದನೂ ಸಹಿತ ಅವರು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ
ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋದು. ಇದೇ ಅವ್ರ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇರೋದೇ.
सर, इंग्लिश थोड़ा सा बता दीजिए आपके लिए कितना इम्पोर्टेंट ये चुनाव है और जिस तरह से प्रचार की.
आप 1 मिनट चुप रहे तो
जी
आराम से मैं बताता हूँ. इतना जोर से बोले तो कैसा? I have voted and I have done my duty towards democracy, and it is a privilege to vote in my own constituency, and the people of my constituency have showered so much of love, affection, and this time I'll be winning with record margin. So is BJP is going to win record seats. A comfortable majority will be there. So there is a fight between development and negative campaign, sinister campaign, which Congress has to try to do it. But however, the people of Karnataka are always positive oriented, positive mind, and they vote for positive development, and I am sure BJP will get Sampurna majority.
So what is the message that you give to the voters and key issues as well?
Yeah, that's what I said. Please vote. vote for the success of democracy and vote for the development of Karnataka.
Sir, a lot is at stake. Are you confident of being re-elected as the Chief Minister of Karnataka?
That question will be addressed by the legislature party after election and by the parliamentary board. I'll be able to answer you after 13th.
What are your expectations, sir?
Expecting comfortable majority to Bharatiya Janata Party.
Okay, so Basavaraj Bommai there speaking in Shigaon after casting his vote. The CM there encouraging other voters to also go out to their polling booths. We'll of course get you more about what he said, but let's go back to Vrishali Kadam. Vrishali, I believe, has more special guests with her. Vrishali, over to you.
We have with us Mr. Virana Saudi, who is the ex-mayor of Hubli Dharwad and current corporator. So we have seen in a different polling booth that there is a huge footfall right from the early morning. How you look at this?
Definitely there is a huge footfall in all the polling stations because whatever our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi has given a call that all of you please come and cast your vote. So that's why you can see all the youngsters who are the new voters. First voters they have come in a huge, and the aged person and the disabled person who are coming in the wheelchair. And you can see this huge.
Okay. I think we've unfortunately lost the visual there of Vrishali, but we were hearing her audio. She has the former mayor of Hubli Dharwad with her there. So prominent faces, continue to speak with NewsX, and we will of course keep getting you those voices from on ground. In fact, we have another prominent face from Karnataka joining us now on NewsX. Rajeev Chandrasekhar is with us now. MOS Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. Rajeev Chandrasekhar, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being with us. How are you viewing how the Karnataka elections have panned out, sir, from the prism, the viewpoint of the BJP?
On the basis of what Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and the double engine Sarkara, the BJP double engine Sarkara has done in the last 3.5 years. So I see this as a good election for Karnataka, where the issues of the future next 5 years are being discussed. It is certainly clear that the Congress party, that is the opposition party along with their partners, the JDS, are trying their best to move the discussion away from the future development into appeasement, into making fake promises and lies and abusing the Prime Minister. But we are absolutely singularly laser focused on making sure every voter, every Kannadiga is aware of what we have done in the last 3.5 years compared to the last 60 years that the Congress had an opportunity to serve them, and why we are certainly better positioned to build a better future under Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji for India and for Karnataka in the coming 5 years.
Okay. Now, from the last 25 days, in fact, we've seen a Modi spree in the state as well. The opposition has alleged that the BJP is finished. In fact, they're saying that the BJP does not have local leadership, which is why you're relying on your national leadership. They're saying apart from the Prime Minister, there is nothing to show for the BJP. What is your response to the opposition?
Look, the opposition obviously does not want to hear what we are saying, and certainly they would prefer that we don't say what we are saying. Our story, our narrative is very clear. It is our track record, how we have built 4 lakh homes for the poor, how we have delivered 12 crore vaccines, how we have given 4 crore Kannadigas free ration for 18 months, how 54 lakh farmers have benefited from the PM Kisan of up to 15,000 crores, how 47 lakh homes have got piped water. So on and on and on, the roads, the airports, the railway stations that have been built, all in the last 3.5 years. The opposition would prefer that we are not heard about these issues and the voters don't know about this, but the voters know, and the voters of Karnataka are extremely aware and smart and understand what is good for them in the next 5 years. In terms of the leaders that have left the BJP and gone to the Congress,
yes,
both Jagdish Shetterji and Lakshman Sawdiji, they are 2 very senior leaders whom I personally have a lot of respect for. But in our party, it is an article of faith that we want younger and newer faces in our party to take positions of leadership, to take positions of responsibility, to do public service. So we decided this time that 73 new MLA faces will be introduced into the 224 candidates.
Okay.
And most senior leaders who have enjoyed the party, who have grown with the party, made way for this and usually make way for this new generation of leadership, a new generation of public life-oriented candidates. But in these two people's cases, they preferred their personal ambition over the interests of the state. They preferred their personal ambition over the interests of the party. And they have gone ahead and done the unthinkable, that is essentially get into cahoots with a party that they have ideologically opposed for almost 40 years. But notwithstanding all of that, I can assure you and the viewers, and certainly I from my own experience on the grassroots, that both those seats, Attorney and Hubli Dharwad Central, will have voters support a BJP candidate, and both these gentlemen who for many years enjoyed the BJP will find an inglorious ending to their political careers on the 13th of May.
You know, but these again are central schemes that are being spoken about by our national leaders. Obviously, the double engine Sarkar model was spoken about how, central schemes can be easily implemented in BJP ruled states and opposition ruled states. It's not always the case. However, what about the state level schemes? The Congress is making continuous allegations of corruption and misgovernance on your local leadership, on the local government. How do you respond to this charge?
Look, this allegation of corruption was, I think, what the Congress thought was a smart ploy. They thought they were being very smart by floating this balloon of 40% corruption. The Chief Minister, Basavaraj Bommai, immediately challenged them and said, look, this attempt to deflect from your illustrious record of corruption needs to be backed up by facts. If they had any case, they should present it to the Lokayukta, they should present it to the courts. But not one case has been registered or filed or exposed by the Congress. So we know what it is. Using 40 or 20 corrupt contractors who are basically the ones who corrode the system, those contractors who were close to the Congress stepped up and started making these allegations of 40% Sarkara. And there is no truth to it. Everybody is aware. As a matter of fact, as the Honorable Prime Minister said himself in the campaign, that the Congress party over the last 60 years, where their own Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi agreed that out of every 100 rupees that leaves Delhi for the beneficiary, 85 rupees mysteriously vanished for decades and years until Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji became Prime Minister, where this now has changed, where 100 rupees that goes to a beneficiary, 100 rupees reaches the beneficiary's account through DBT and technology. So the Congress is known for this. You saw this in 2014 election, you saw this in 2019 election, that Congress is known for a politics of lies.
Okay.
They rely heavily on using this type of lies to try and create an environment against the BJP. They have failed in 2019, they failed in 2018 in the Karnataka election, and they will continue to fail because the voters of Karnataka, as the voters of India, are far too intelligent to even trust one word that the Congress says. They have seen Congress's record for the last 60 years, and they certainly know that if there is one person today who is worthy of trust and respect in the politics of India and the governance of India, it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji.
What about the coalition possibility, Rajeev Chandrasekhar? Has the party thought of this at all? Is there a plan B in case you don't have the numbers?
Absolutely correct that coalition politics is not good for Karnataka. Coalition politics only means vested interests like the JDS and other people who are fixers then start running the government. You saw this in the 1.5 years coalition, the Kumaraswamy coalition and the Congress JDS coalition, how that government was. You have seen in the past the Congress JDS coalition, how they have run in the past. It is an absolute compromise, and the cost of that compromise is borne by the Kannadiga, the voter of Karnataka. So therefore, coalitions are a bad idea. They do not help the people of Karnataka. They in effect become a boj and the burden on the people of Karnataka. That is why our Honorable Prime Minister, our Pradhan Sevak Narendra Modi ji is appealing every day don't just make us the single largest party that you did in 2018, because even if you make us a single largest party, even if you want us to give you good governance, the problem with the single largest party is that this unholy opportunistic alliance of vested interests of the Congress and JDS can still undermine the mandate, as we saw in 2018. Therefore, the Pradhan Mantri ji is saying today, give us a decisive mandate. Give us a mandate that is absolutely clear and gives you a stable government for 5 years that can focus on development, that can focus on double speed, double scale, double benefit with the double engine Sarkara in Delhi. So his slogan, his war cry, his battle cry, "E Bari Nirdara BJP Bahumata Sarkara," is resonating today. People are understanding it is not just important to support the BJP and give them the single largest party status, but it is absolutely important to give a historical mandate to the BJP, a first time ever decisive majority to the BJP, so that the next 5 years can only see development and not instability and corruption, as we saw with the Congress and JDS coalition.
But Congress is alleging that you will form a government with JDS this time around.
Look, the Congress knows, Congress is aware, and the Congress's track record is there for everybody to see. The Congress cannot form a government on its own in Karnataka. They know it, their people know it, their supporters know it, and they have only since 2004 formed a government with the support of JDS. Whether it is at the Karnataka level, at the state government level, or at the Bengaluru Municipal Corporation level, every time in this last 15 to 20 years, the Congress has become in cahoots with the JDS to form a government, whether it is in the BBMP, whether it is at the state government level. The Congress cannot form a government on its own. That is known, that is clear, and at best, even with all the money that DK Shivakumar and all the division and propaganda, they cannot exceed 75 seats on their own. They are aware of that. So therefore, it is clear that the...
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Rajeev Chandrasekhar, thank you so much for joining us with your perspective on this story. You were referring to DK Shivakumar. In fact, let's cut live across. He's speaking right now. He was offering prayers a short while back.
Akash Kempegowda, Abarana. Ibru ಮೊದಲನೇ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ಮತದಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೊಸಬರಿಗೆ ಮುನ್ನೆಸಿರ್ತದೆ. ನಾನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಹೊಸ ಮತದಾರರಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕವಾಗಿ ಮನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಶುಭ ಕೋರಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ, ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ತರಬೇಕು, ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೊಂದು ನಾಂದಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ತೀರ್ಪು ಇಡೀ ದೇಶ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಂದೇಶ ಕೂಡ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬಹುಶಃ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಯುವ ಮತದಾರರಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಭಾಳ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಂತರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪ್ರಜ್ಞಾವಂತರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೂಕ್ತ ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನು, ಈ ದುಷ್ಟ ಆಡಳಿತವನ್ನು, ಭ್ರಷ್ಟ ಆಡಳಿತವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮುನ್ನೋಟುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಚಿಂತನೆ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಂಬಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ಭಾಳ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೊಸಬ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಓಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಈ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ರಾಜೀವ್ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರು 21ರಿಂದ 18 ವಯಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಇಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಶುಭವಾಗಲಿ. ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವದ ಆಚರಣೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಗಾಳಿಗೆ ಹೊರಡಲಿ.
ಆರ್ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಅವರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತರಗಳಿಂದ
ನೋಡಪ್ಪ, ನನಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತದು. ಅವರು ಅವ್ರ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು, ಇನ್ಯಾರೋ ಲೀಡರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ ಬಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ನಾ ಗೆಲ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ? ಅವರು ಅಂತರ ಗೆಲ್ತಾರೋ, ಯಾರು ಗೆಲ್ತಾರೋ, ಯಾರು ಸೋಲ್ತಾರೋ, ಗುಪ್ತ ಮತದಾನ. ಆ ಗುಪ್ತ ಮತದಾನ ಮುಗಿಲಿ, 13ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಲಿ. ನನ್ನ ಮತದಾರ ದೇವರುಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ವೋಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ಗಾಡೆಸ್ my family. This is the goddess called Kinkiramma. My house is named after this goddess called Kinkeri. Whenever I come to file my nomination, I come here, we gather from here and we go. Now before going to the voting also, I come here and I go. So we believe in our own culture, traditions. So this is very sacred for any of the family members. So that is why I have come here with my family and all my relatives. Today, young voters have got a great opportunity. Rajiv Gandhi gave them an opportunity from 21 to 18. I think this is the festival of democracy. They will vote for a change. I have already requested all of them, and they will vote for a change. A change for a progressive Karnataka, for a development Karnataka, to make Karnataka a global Karnataka again. And they all know about the price rise, they know about the corruption. They wanted to eradicate the corruption in the state. I'm sure they will go for a change. They will give us 141 seats. I'm confident that Congress party will form the government.
Sir, Nirmala Sitharaman is saying Congress need to see their own tenure on inflation.
See, Mr. Modi ji said to all the voters last time, Vayo Behno, you before casting your vote, you please see your gas cylinder, put namaskara and go and vote. I am also appealing to everyone.
Okay, so DK Shivakumar there, of course, speaking on polling day, he was offering prayers a short while back as well. I remember he, of course, is a Congress president, state president for Karnataka. Also, someone who, of course, is a CM aspirant in case the Congress comes to power. Speaking of the Congress party, we have now another prominent face of the Congress joining us on NewsX, Jairam Ramesh, Congress Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament and Congress Communications in charge. AICC is joining us live. Jairam Ramesh, thank you very much for being with us today. After 40 days of political spree, Karnataka voting today, sir, how have things panned out for the Congress party?
Well, I think the writing was on the wall since October of last year when the Bharat Jodo Yatra went through Karnataka for 23 days. From that time on, we've been convinced that we are coming back with a clear majority. And I think the result that will come out on 13th will vindicate that self-confidence. The Congress will come back with a clear majority.
Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, though, too, Mr. Ramesh, has held 22 rallies and, multiple campaigns, of course, in the state, roadshows and whatnot. It seems that the BJP clearly is fighting these elections under his name, under the central leadership of their party. How is the Congress viewing this? Do you believe this is something that will impact the election?
These are not parliamentary elections. These are elections for the state assembly, Vidhan Sabha elections. Who is the local face that the BJP has campaigned with? We've had the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, who's from Karnataka. We've had former Chief Minister Mr. Siddaramaiah. We've had PCC President Mr. DK Shivakumar campaigning extensively. Between the three of them, they've covered almost 150 of the 224 constituencies. It is only the Prime Minister who is campaigning. The Home Minister is campaigning while Manipur is burning and Jawans are being martyred in Jammu and Kashmir. So I don't think they have a leg to stand on. These are not national polls. These are not Lok Sabha polls. This is for the state assembly. Karnataka has a long history. Karnataka was the first state to demonstrate that people vote for a party at the state level and a different party at the national level. Okay. In 1984, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi got 27 out of 28 Lok Sabha seats. But in March of 85, 4 months later, Mr. Ramakrishna Hegde got 134. he got a clear majority. So I think the Prime Minister can do all that campaigning that he wants. The more the Prime Minister campaigns, the clearer is the fact that they are desperate and they are in despair.
But the Prime Minister, of course, has spoken about the double engine Sarkar. That is something that the BJP is trying to emphasize and re-emphasize. What is your response?
This double engine concept is a completely bogus concept. It's an assault on the Indian Constitution. It's an assault on Indian federalism. I can understand a double engine in a state like Manipur. Unfortunately, the double engine is completely collapsed. They've spectacular, failure. But in states of the northeast, in the states of Uttarakhand, Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal, where the bulk of the revenue for the state come from the center, over 90%, sometimes 94%. But in Karnataka, 94% of the revenue for Karnataka is the state's own revenue and its share of central taxes, which is governed by a formula of the Finance Commission, not by the Ashirvada of the Prime Minister. So, this whole double engine concept is completely a bogus concept. And in the case of Karnataka, the last 3 years, the double engine has become a trouble engine. The Jhoot engine in Delhi and the Loot engine in Bangalore.
But do you agree, Mr. Jairam Ramesh, now just speaking about these Karnataka polls, obviously you're saying these are local polls, they are Vidhan Sabha polls, not Lok Sabha polls, so it's not so much national issues or national impact that should be drawn for it. But will you agree that there is a lot riding on the result of Karnataka for the Congress party? The Congress party is looking at revival. There has been this long Bharat Jodo Yatra undertaken by your leader Rahul Gandhi. You were very active in that. There are many proposed changes for your Congress party. Mallikarjun Kharge, of course, took over. Congress is looking to revive. Do you believe that's why a possible win for the Congress in Karnataka will help your revival?
Well, the Bharat, as I said, first we had the Meghadatu Yatra, then we had the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Revival is not dependent on individual magic.
Okay.
Revival depends on collective effort, a collective endeavor. We have to function as a team, a disciplined team, a coordinative, cohesive team. We won in Himachal because of that collective effort. We are winning in Karnataka because of that collective effort. And then we have 6 other states later on in this year. So we have to rediscover the values and virtues of collective endeavor, of collective resort. Not this individual magic wand that Mr. Modi tries to wave in the face of everybody in state after state.
Now, this was also an election, though, where we didn't see much polarization, at least on the surface, Jairam Ramesh. And the BJP also, stayed away from talking of Hindutva issues. But then we saw Congress party come out with your manifesto, and there was, the ban on Bajrang Dal being spoken about. There was equation of Bajrang Dal with PFI. Suddenly, then there was Jai Bajrang Bali being chanted in BJP rallies. Now, have you brought these issues back and given them to the BJP to put out in their rallies and their campaign? Do you believe this was a self-goal or not?
I don't think that they stayed away from polarization.
Okay.
They tried the Tipu Sultan polarization, and it required the courage of the Swamiji, Nirmalananda of the Adi Chunchungiri Mutt to call their bluff. So they have tried every polarization effort. This whole reservation issue that they raked up, that was an effort to polarize. So polarization is in the DNA of the BJP. They can't get out of that. That's the only thing that they know. On the Bajrang Dal issue, if you read the manifesto, what we have said, all that we have said is any organization, any ideology that promotes communal hatred, spreads hate, spreads bigotry, incites violence, will be dealt with according to the law and the constitution. Right? There's nothing wrong with that, unexceptionable. We have given 2 examples. We've given the PFI and the Bajrang Dal. Now, on the 20th of August 2014, Manohar Parrikar, BJP Chief Minister of Goa, the man who saved Narendra Modi from being sacked in 2002, incidentally. Mr. Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister of India, 20th of August 2014. He bans Sri Rama Sending. Is that an insult to Sri Ram? And that ban is continued by the BJP government in 2018 and 2020. So why is the Prime Minister quiet when the Sri Ram Sena is being banned not by Congress, it's being banned by the BJP government in Goa?
Okay.
So I think they've just stuck on to this issue. They're trying to mobilize, they're trying to use this issue to polarize, to further polarize. But I don't think it's going to work because the sentiment, the bulk of the sentiment is jobs, prices, rural distress. Those are the real issues that people are facing. I get, it's an important point that you raise. Karnataka is like Gujarat. It's a laboratory for polarization. It's a laboratory for the divisive communal agenda, the rewriting of books, the rewriting of history. The chairman of the textbooks revision committee appointed by the BJP government is a man who has insulted Kuvempu, who wrote the state anthem, the literary icon, the greatest Kannada poet of the 20th, whose most famous work is Ramayana Darshanam. And he insulted Kuvempu. That is Kuvempu Apmana. They don't talk about all this.
Okay. Well, let's leave it at that. Jairam Ramesh, thank you very much for joining us and decoding for us the Congress's viewpoint on these Karnataka elections, how this campaign has panned out for you. Let's leave it at that, Jairam Ramesh, but we will, of course, keep getting you these big voices from across the state of Karnataka, the big newsmakers, and, of course, also the pulse of the voter. Remember, we've been speaking to various of our colleagues who are spread out across the state at polling booths. We'll keep going back through the morning to them for the time being.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.